Hello, welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Tarot. My name is Laura, and this is going to be a general forecast for the middle of July for the sign of Gemini. This is for my Gemini suns, moons, and risings, and those on the cusp. And for your reading today, Gemini, in celebration of my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, I'm going to be using the deck that I started off reading tarot with, which is the Charmin Caselli Tarot deck by Julia Sherman-Burke and illustrations by Giovanni Caselli. It's a great beginner's deck. I did start off reading this deck, and if you look at some of my earlier videos from last year around this time, I was using this deck as well. So just wanted to bring that back because I don't know, it's just fun to have a tradition, I guess. It's fun to celebrate our 1 year on YouTube. So happy birthday to The Good, the Bad, and the Tarot. Also, I'm going to be using for your oracle message the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms oracle deck. That is by Colette Baron Reed, and she's fantastic. This is a very intuitive deck, extremely accurate. I've been using it a lot in my private and personal readings, and it's been wonderful. For those of you who have already gotten a reading from me using this deck, I'll probably attest to, maybe some of you can attest to the fact that it's extremely accurate and intuitive at the same time. What else did I want to mention? I was on vacation last week, so I am playing catch up. Usually my forecast, my general readings come out on Monday of the second week of the month, for the middle of the month, but I'm starting a little bit late because I had a lot of private readings to do. So thank you for your patience. I am doing Gemini next, Gemini today, because you guys had the most likes for your mid-month readings over on Patreon. And so I want to say thank you for that. And I'm going to start off by shuffling your cards as usual. Spirit, what are the messages and energies that you have for the sign of Gemini? This is for my Gemini suns, moons, and risings, and those on the cusp. What does Gemini need to know regarding their mid-month forecast? This reading will cover the energies of the past, present, and future. The past, the present being the moment that you view this reading. This is a general reading and will not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading, with the most accurate outcome, I do recommend getting a private reading. Spirit, what are the messages and energies that you have for the sign of Gemini? This is for my Gemini suns, moons, and risings, and those on the cusp of Gemini for the middle of July. What do they need to know regarding their past, present, and future, Spirit? Gemini suns, Gemini moons, and Gemini risings. In your recent past, you have the Four of Wands reversed, the Seven of Wands, the Page of Wands, clarified with the Tower, and the Eight of Swords. Going into your present, the moment that you view this reading constitutes as your present, and that week going forward, you have the Magician, the Devil, the Star in reverse, and the Queen of Wands reversed, clarified by the Hierophant reversed. Going into the future, you have the Page of Cups reversed, clarified by the Six of Cups reversed, the Eight of Cups reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed, and the Lovers. Your outcome for the month of July is the Page of Swords, clarified by the Five of Swords reversed. All right. If you would like to continue watching this reading, please join me over on Patreon. You will receive, for a $1 pledge, all 12 of my mid-month general readings and the love forecast ad-free. For a $1 pledge, which is like a subscription, and you can cancel that at any time. Also, there's a lot of cool stuff going over on my Patreon page. If you are a super supporter of my channel, I do advise you getting on over there because I've got lots of rewards set up. I'm on Instagram, on Facebook, and when you join at different levels, you get access to those different aspects. So it would be worthwhile, I think, to go over there and check that out, even if you aren't interested in watching the rest of this reading. I only offer my general mid-month readings over on Patreon just because of the amount of time it takes for me to put out 24 forecasts a month, plus the private readings. I just decided to move them over there, and I have a lot of support coming in. As you might know, I do tarot full-time, so it does make it worthwhile for me to put out 24 forecasts a month, as long as I have a Patreon up and I'm doing private readings. So that gives you some information. I'm not a part-time tarot reader, I'm a full-time tarot reader, so I really appreciate your support of my channel in whatever way that you can, and just know that this is not obligatory for you to go over there. I'm putting the previews out here for those of you that are interested in understanding what a general reading will look like for me. Okay? So I hope to see you over there, and thank you for watching. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look at your cards. In the recent past, you have the Four of Wands reversed, the Seven of Wands upright, the Page of Wands upright with the Tower, and the Eight of Swords. Whenever I have a court card, I clarify it with another card. Okay, so we know what that character is doing. Court cards do represent people, or they can represent situations as well, messages, that kind of thing. In your past, with the Four of Wands reversed, this would have been last week or so, 1 to 2 weeks going back, you had some issues around the home or with family. Could have been an unhappy family celebration, or disruptions around the home environment. This would have made you very defensive with the Seven of Wands, like you were having a lot of obstacles, a lot of people telling you what to do, or just a lot of adversaries putting you on the defensive, having to fight, having to battle. This is the card of challenge and the warrior. So you really had to persevere through whatever these struggles were with regards to family situation, upsets within the family. Could have just put you on the defensive. With the Page of Wands coming in, this can represent a fire sign or someone younger, like a teenager, but Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius is what I'm getting. A lot of fire sign energy here. Some of you Geminis are dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. You are an air sign, so whenever I see swords energy, I'm thinking of you. However, this can represent your energy. It doesn't have to be a fire sign. Pages are messengers. Wands are manifestation energy, so action. The Page of Wands is looking for action. The Page is also looking at the Seven of Wands, which is someone who is struggling. And it seems to me that this person is having a realization or a moment in their life where things come crashing down. It's almost as like this person is having an epiphany. Okay. Also, pages being younger, they can represent someone that's more immature and doesn't know how to handle the fire energy. So they may have actually had some kind of, if this is your energy, they may have actually had an outburst towards you, or a tantrum, or put you in a situation where you were dealing with something that was very upsetting that created a massive change in the structure of your family, of your home. Perhaps this person's absence created a tower situation. You might have been separated from them, or like I said, it could have been a situation that was demonstrating to you through sheer force what kind of destruction this person can cause in your life. you felt this way with the Eight of Swords, trapped, like you couldn't see a way out, like a victim, negative thoughts, not being sure what was around the next corner. I very much feel like some of you are feeling trapped in your own home environment or in a family situation. And I see a lot of arguments and temper issues going on here. So, but that was in your recent past. And so we can move into the present situation now. You have the Magician, the Devil, the Star reversed, the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Hierophant, clarifying her in reverse. So right off the bat, you have 3 major arcana. Lots of powerful energy this week for you, Gemini. Whenever I see a combination of major arcana, what I see is a lot of energy that's sort of out of your control influencing you. So it could be a lot of planetary energy kind of combining to create some dynamics in your life. Now, the Magician I see as the most positive, one of the most positive cards for you among the 3. So it's almost like if we're dealing with a relationship situation here, the combination of the Magician with the Devil speaks a lot to your powers of sexual attraction, to influence someone. It's almost saying that it can happen now, and the Devil is saying that you very much are tempted by someone, or you're very tempting to someone, and the powers of them to resist you are little. So you have a strong potential to create and manifest, and it's going to be interesting how this plays out with the Devil. Now the Devil is all about temptations, right? Addictions, behaviors that are hard to resist that you do, patterns of behavior that are negative and destructive. I do see some destructive energies here, especially with the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands with the Tower. But the Magician comes in and says it can really happen now. So your energy field is sort of expands and gets bigger. And then I see that the Devil comes in and says, oh, you think you can get whatever you want, let me put it right there for you. It's almost like, be careful what you wish for, because you can really make it happen this month. You have that power. So be careful when the Devil comes in, because he says he can tempt you. He can tempt you, and he can put things in your path that are not necessarily in your best interest. So if this is a person or an energy, he can throw pretty much anything in your way that would tempt you off your path. So you have to be careful, especially about what you do with this power. The next thing I have is a Star reversed. To me, this represents hopelessness, or the stars, you don't see the stars shining above you. It can be a sense of, like, Upright, to me, she's all about truth, standing in her truth. I also feel with the water being poured from the pond into the land, there is replenishment, rejuvenation, faith restored, hope, trust. One of the most beautiful cards in the tarot. When it's reversed next to the Devil, the warning here for you, Gemini, is to step out of your truth and lose hope and be tempted away from that by something else, by something more sinister, by something more evil. And let the power that you have go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. Certainly be careful with how you wield this wand, because you have this power right now. Your innocence is at stake here as well. Your innocence, your almost what I'm getting here is that you are being taken for a ride, and you need to not be gullible, and be careful with whom you put your trust and your faith, and that you maintain a piece of yourself throughout this, okay? The next thing I have is the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, she's a fire sign. I do see a lot of fire energy here. Some of you do have Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius rising in your chart, or you have a Leo moon in your chart. The Queen of Wands can be taken for someone who is mean, catty, dramatic, drama queen, center of attention. She might be a little pushy, but coming up with the Hierophant reverse, this is a woman who doesn't want a commitment. She's more interested in rebelling against society, or whatever someone tells her to do, she'll do the opposite. Also, this can represent someone who's only interested in sex. They don't want to have a commitment. They're interested in no strings attached. This can represent another fire sign. It doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man with this energy. I am getting a female energy here. There's something this woman is rebelling against. She's maybe rubbing people the wrong way, though. If not, then this is definitely not a Leo. This is an Aries or a Sagittarius woman, because she's reversed. And so, or like I said, a woman with a Leo moon sign or Leo rising sign. But her qualities are diminished when she is reversed. She's more likely to not be able to access that creative, positive side. She becomes more negative. She becomes more jealous and spiteful when she's reversed. So just something to keep in mind. Also, with the Hierophant reversed, this combination speaks to someone who is a bit of a rebel, who isn't maybe acting in her own best interests, okay? Going into the future, I have the Page of Cups reversed with the Six of Cups reversed. I am getting a message that you would receive in the future, some kind of message that was disappointing in love. Also, with the Six of Cups reversed, it comes from someone in your distant past, maybe an ex. I feel like this is a message that's coming in. Now, it could be email or text. It could also just be that you hear from this person, but instead of having happy, positive memories, you have more bittersweet, resentful feelings towards this person. And on top of that, I feel like this person is very immature, naive, and would disappoint you in love. The next thing I see is the Eight of Cups reversed. So yeah, you try to walk away from this person, but it's like you both maybe feel like you have a lot of memories together. I get the sense that someone's trying to reconnect with you, but it ends up being a disappointment. You're having a hard time walking away from this person. And it's like you're clinging on to something that's hopeless, that's already ended. And it's just a situation here coming up next week where you feel stabbed in the back, but at the same time, you know that it's over, and you're just clinging to something that's just hopeless. You have been through this disappointment before and you just are having trouble walking away from this person, this is a soulmate. This is someone who may be just deciding between you and another person, or you have to decide between that person and another person. The Lovers does talk about a head or heart decision. But as you can see, the man is being shot by Cupid's arrow. And so he's smitten by you, but he's also smitten by another person. So it is a choice. Who will it be? Do I go left or right? Do I use my head or my heart? And that is the rub. That is the rub. It is like a Shakespearean sonnet. It is like a play by Shakespeare, the way this reading is unfolding. And going into August, at the end of July, we have the Page of Swords. So you do hear news from this person, but they have their sword raised. Perhaps this is you being the air sign. And you've got your sword raised in terms of defending yourself. You are prepared to fight for the truth. You may actually be sending written communication or verbal communication. Coming up with the Five of Swords reversed, it is not pleasant, and most likely one of you is going to walk away feeling very hurt at the end. A hollow victory. So, Gemini, let's take a look at your oracle message from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to see if they can help clarify what's going on right now. Certainly a lot of powerful energies around you and some kind of karmic situation here. I do feel like this has to do with a soulmate, but more than likely someone from your past that you've just had trouble walking away from, and maybe this month they resurface in your life, most likely towards the end of July, and you have to deal with them again. You've got to put this to rest, but it won't be easy, because it's not easy to walk away from something or from someone where emotions are involved. Okay? Oops. So the card that pulled for you is the Horse King. Assistance, control. Here's the man who's like the horse whisperer with this horse here. And I'm going to pull the camera in so you can see the card. There's some wind outside, so that's what you're probably hearing in the background there. We have windy days in the Midwest. Sometimes the camera will pick up the sound. Okay, so let's read. The Horse King always comes to lend you the power to go the distance, forging ahead whatever the weather. You will most certainly reach your perfect destination with this noble ally. He lets you know that some person or circumstance brought through synchronicity will certainly appear to help you with your endeavors. You aren't meant to go this part of the journey alone. This is also an important time to delegate authority to others so that they may assist you. Currently, you are magnetic to powerful people who are in a position to help make your dreams come true. The Horse King asks that you remain open to those who are sent to aid you. You can be assured that you will be lifted up and will ride high in victory. So I do see a victory for you at the end, actually, but the caution here is to choose your battles and make sure that you do so honorably. Okay? Gemini, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure reading for you. And if you like this forecast, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I read all my comments. And I'll see you back here for your August love forecast. Take care.